good afternoon. As you know, I'm the case manager here at the YMCA. You know me as Eric. And I got your notification, I got your letter today, or yesterday. So tell me about what made you reach out. What's going on?
Well, I've been feeling extremely overwhelmed and a lot of pressure, and I just feel like I just want to run away from everything, and I wish I could and never look back. Yesterday I had found out that I failed a really important history exam, and then also my best friend and I got in a pretty bad argument over my boyfriend, and we haven't been talking since yesterday either, which is unusual for us. So there's a lot of things that I'm upset over right now.
Okay, so you got in a fight with a good friend of yours. Good friend of yours, or how close are you guys?
Yeah, she's a good friend of mine. We've been friends for many years since we were little. We actually, we had been in a swimming pool together, so we loved to go to the swimming pool. So from the time I was little, she's been my friend for the longest. For
Okay,
sure.
so okay. So you said you failed your history test. I noticed you kind of, brought those two together. Is there any kind of correlation or anything going on that maybe a stressor was failing your test and you didn't have as much patience as you had in the past with her, or what?
Yeah, I'm sure I had less patience, but my friend and I haven't been getting along for a couple of months now because it just seems like she doesn't like my other group of friends that I hang out with. They know they're different from her, and I do smoke occasionally with them, and I know that that's not anything that she wants to do or to be around, so it's gotten really difficult for me. And then also, I've had a boyfriend for a couple of weeks, and she just really doesn't like him, and so it's been difficult for me because I don't want to give up my other friends, and I don't want to have to pick between the two of them.
Is she giving you an ultimatum, or it's just that she doesn't condone some of the activities to do like smoking? Because you said she's athletic, so I assume that something like smoking isn't something she would do very often.
Right, yeah, that she still likes to swim even now, and I know that, yeah, it wouldn't be good for her. She hasn't given an ultimatum, but I think that it's been hard for us since we just haven't spent as much time together, and I think that might be the reason why. So maybe it's finding something that I don't know how to bring the two of them together.
Okay, so these are two very important people in your life.
Yeah, my
Correct.
boyfriend and her, yes.
Okay. All right. So, you tried to get them to hang out together, and it doesn't go very well from what you're saying.
Yeah.
So, have you considered? What else have you considered doing? Have you considered maybe finding an activity that all three of you could do? Because, like you said, I mean, there is smoking involved sometimes, which I want to get back to in a moment. But let's talk about. Do you do it around her? Talk about that.
Actually I had, and I think that's what really got her upset.
Did the boyfriend as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think that's probably what got her upset. Maybe find something to not, maybe we can find something else,
Right. So, what do you enjoy doing? What are you good at?
I do enjoy hanging out with my friends. I like to draw.
Well, yeah, I noticed that bag you brought in here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've seen some of the things you've done, that are displayed. So obviously you have a talent for that, which is great. So you think that you said you don't really care for athletic activities.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you could find some mutual ground, doing some art, the three of you, without the smoking. And you guys, you said there's a lot of redeeming qualities about your boyfriend. So
Yeah.
maybe she'll be able to see that as well.
Yeah, they definitely do have a passion for art, so yeah, I could definitely invite them over and we could all get my stuff or do something.
Okay, so it sounds like they're both very important to you. So you want to make sure that they get along. So basically just time management is something you need to look into.
Mhm.
Maybe you can sit down and make a list about, just basically making time for everybody,
Mhm.
including yourself. You
Mhm.
need your time as well. You don't need to worry about who is getting along, who isn't
Mhm.
as well. But you'd have to be conscious of the fact that maybe she doesn't smoke, and then it's creating friction between you and her as well.
Mhm.
Talking about smoking, uh, do you enjoy smoking? What's going on with that?
Not really. I think I do it more because my friends do it. I know my dad's an addict, so I definitely don't.
Let's get away from
I don't
that.
want to be like him at all or anything. I think my mom dates a lot of losers, so um, you know, I think I just tend to do it because it's like whatever. But no, I don't.
Okay, well, that's something we want to look into. I mean, um, maybe you could try to find some activities from your friends or with your friends that wouldn't involve smoking, because I know it would be difficult in an
Mhm.
everyday situation. When you guys hang out, maybe just compromise and go to the movies, go to the public places where smoking isn't allowed, and then that peer pressure won't be there. You guys will be doing other things,
Okay.
and you just kind of slip away from that, hopefully, and get away from that.
Mhm.
And yeah, and if you do find it difficult, you start craving, let me know, and I'll definitely, point you in the right direction on some assistance you can get from that.
Okay.
There's definitely a lot of assistance out there, so we want to be conscious of that.
Okay.
So with that, that said, how about school? You said you're having trouble in school as well. What's the issue there? Is it the subject? Is it
Yeah.
the teacher that you don't agree with? What do you think?
I just yeah, I definitely don't like the teacher. He's very strict and rigid, and I think history is boring. So having a teacher I don't like has made it very challenging for me to learn or to get anything from this class. And then I probably have been paying too much attention to my friends rather than to school. There's been a lot of pressure at home too. It's making it difficult for homework and that kind of stuff. So
Now, what's the pressure you're talking about?
um, well, my mom and I used to get along, but for the past year, it's just been really difficult. She's just been really butting into my personal life and also giving me more chores than the rest of my siblings have, and so I know my mom also has a problem with the friends I hang out with.
Oh, okay. So it's interesting that you point that out, because your best friend really is really concerned about you, just as your mother is, I'm sure, is concerned about your friends as well.
That's
Um,
true, I guess.
and then this brings us back to the boyfriend that they're concerned about. Does your mother know that you're dating, or
No, I haven't told her because I'm sure
under
she
the same
won't like
circumstances?
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have you considered maybe, um, like I said, introducing your mother to him? Just you guys can do studying, other things that your mother would approve of. And when you hang out with your friend, and you guys all start getting along, you guys are doing fun, wholesome activities, no smoking, nothing like that, she'll start seeing, your friend will start seeing those qualities you've seen in him, excuse me. And also, your mother might start appreciating, noticing that you're going down a better path. You're not concerned with the other people that you've been hanging out with. And little by little, you'll notice that with your other friends as well, with smoking and everything else, you'll be getting away from that.
Okay.
And with them, you can just do fun things, but you try to stay away from the smoking. And you'll realize that your mom might not be in your business as much if she kind of sees that you're being responsible, you're studying, you're doing other things, just good activities like the art, everything else with your friend and him, and she won't be as concerned and not have to feel, you won't have that friction, hopefully, and maybe she'll give you a little more space. So
That would be nice.
that's something to think about.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
know,
I think we could have
So, basically, with school, we want to look at studying, try and get that studying in, and then time management. So we want to make sure that you find time to be with your boyfriend, with your friend, all together. You guys can do activities that you pressure or friction on anybody else.
Mhm.
I think that might be a good idea.
Mhm. Okay.
And, let's see here, let's see if there's anything else we need to go over. So about 3 days, maybe you can write a list about some of these things we talked about,
Okay.
about how you want to implement them, and then maybe together we can hash it out, and if you get, get stuck or anything like that, we can definitely go over that and see what you need to do.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
All right, with the smoking, like I said, if you are craving, if there's anything you want to go over, any concerns you have, feel free to talk to me at any time. But let's meet again in about 3 days and see where we are from there, okay?
Okay. Sounds good.
Great,
Thank you.
thanks.